Hello and welcome to another fantastic historic moment in RT Motorsport Europe's history. We're here again tonight to unveil another ambassador. That's the second of three ambassadors we're going to be welcoming into EFRA this year. So we're halfway there, and this is going to be a great evening. President Javier Garcia is with us. How's it going, Javier?
Hello, Matt. Everything's good here, and waiting here for the second ambassador this evening. So I think I'm excited. I know who is it, but anyway, I'm a little bit excited with that.
Yes, it's very exciting. We have already people are tuning in. Andy Hyde, hello, sir, for watching. Carlos Gomez is with us, section chairman for 18 Buggy. Max Mackler, you've heard of Max Mackler. Meckler, you've heard of Max. Hey, Max, he's watching along. He's EFRA ambassador. Great
He
to
wants
have
to
you
know
with
who is his partner, huh?
Yes.
or well, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yanni Timmerson's watching from Sweden as well. That's interesting to have somebody with us from Sweden. I did really well not to give this away last time because, it's so easy to just mistake, this whole idea that it's a surprise. We're going to build up. You're going to try and guess who it is, and we're not going to tell you. People start guessing in the comments, which is fantastic, but it's hard not to give it away.
Yeah.
I nearly did it last time. I managed not to. Fingers crossed for this time.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes, because we were talking last week. I think one of the most difficult projects because in the beginning it was everything can go smoothly, and I think we planned that everything was good. But anyway, it was difficult the selection or all this around that the election of the ambassador and to produce everything. So now we are here.
It's a tricky one, but it's been great to work with the federations as well, because obviously all of these ambassadors are from RC Motorsport Europe, but they're obviously from a country within Europe, so they are represented by a federation. So it's been good to work with the federations. DMC last week to announce Max was great to have DMC's approval, wholeheartedly seconding Max to take that role, and another federation for this evening from a different country.
Yeah, it would be involved with another federation, and that's a very good point, Matt, that you talked. So federations are involved, and it's so important for us that federations are into this project because the work that the ambassador can do for the national federation also is important in order to promote the RC in every different single club or national race or whatever. I think is the presence of the ambassador in the national country would be so good for us. Even the work that we can plan around Europe, but the ambassador in their own country is also important.
Exactly, yeah. And it's important that our ambassadors have some experience of RC. Max is obviously a racer. So we had Max, who's a racer. He works in the industry. Tonight's ambassador is also a racer. They don't have to be racers. They could be previous racers or somebody in the industry that, is a good representation of the sport and the hobby. But I know tonight is going to be a fantastic reveal.
Yeah, one of the things that I like the most with our new ambassador is the work that do on their own club on the track. So I think it's important also starting from the very beginning. No, I think it's our experience, even my experience, but the experience of the every single ambassador, even drivers that normally start in their club working, cleaning the car, so the asphalt or doing something on the club, working on the clubs is the beginning. Is where all this passion come through. So I think it's one of the very positive things that I could see from our new ambassador.
Yeah, exactly. So good evening to Julie Thurston, who's watching, says good evening. Martin Williams is watching. He's a UK large-scale off-road gentleman. Steve Jones is watching. Jean-Laurent Ripoll says hi to Javier. So
hi.
Hey to you from Jean-Laurent. So what makes a good ambassador is somebody who has knowledge of the sport, has been involved on some level of maybe organizing racing or helping others, and of course, already, as you say, putting out content themselves, already representing the sport, so already making posts, talking about what they do, things like this, right?
Yeah, exactly. So the representation of as EFRA ambassador is a representative of the RC. Is try to expand our community more than our barriers, so the barrier that we have. So, and I think it's important the skills in different areas like social media, creating posts, videos, and even in our inside of the community. So I think I think it's a very good, a positive thing. So.
Yeah, Stefan Kumsi is watching from Denmark. The General Secretary, Willie, is watching, so we better be on our best behavior.
Yeah.
Show people, there's no guesses so far, but anyway, let's narrow down the search a little bit. Shall we hear from somebody from the Federation of our new ambassador talking about them?
Okay, a good clue about that.
Okay, let's do that.
This person for a long time?
Yes, I've known this person since 2004.
Okay, long time ago, since they were very young then, I guess.
Yes, at Worlds in Finland 2004, I was the race director over there, and she was a little baby at that time, but I learned to know her at that early.
Yeah, wow, that's amazing. So, do you remember when she started racing?
Oh yes, I did. It's many years ago. I think she was like 6-7 years old.
Yeah.
Practice a lot. So
yeah, shows a lot of dedication.
Oh yes, from the whole family.
Wow. Do you have any memories of them on the track or off the track that come to mind?
Oh yes, I have a lot of memories when the person won the Swedish championships.
Okay, there's a clue there. That's interesting. Yeah. What sort of person are they off the track? Are they a good person in the pits around the race?
Yes, they're good persons. I talk with them, and like friends and stuff like that.
And obviously you are familiar with being involved with your federation and what it's like being involved with EFRA and different federations. Have you got any advice for this person on what it might be like, or ways to approach life as an ambassador?
Do your thing, what you usually do, because if you just follow the flow, it will not help. You will be one of many, but if you do your own thing, that's the best part. That's the best way to be an ambassador.
Fantastic advice there from Kai from the Swedish Federation.
Yeah, we have the first clue here.
Yeah, well, there's two clues actually. Two clues in there. Swedish and a woman. There was no hiding that Kai gave that away, and that's fair play because that's great news as well. We want. I can see. You can't see. I can see the new ambassador laughing away. Yeah, they are. But yeah, this is exciting. Do your own thing. That's a great advice from Kai. Actually, don't just go with the flow.
Exactly. Keep your personality. Keep your word like you normally do, because we don't want anything, let's say, special for your own thing. Work in the things that you normally work. And that also is very important to promote the sport into more girls into the RC. That this is great. And I think it's just to follow your line, and it's a very, very good advice. And I'm pleased to see Kai here. I hope to see you soon on the tracks or on the meetings. That is our normal atmosphere. So I appreciate a lot Kai and the work that he did for his national federation.
One more clue. This is an off-road racer.
Yeah.
And a national champion as well. But shall we get into it? Shall we welcome? No?
Let me tell you that I could see her with a 1/8 on-road scale in some pictures. So maybe it's not just off-road. just to keep informed.
Okay, there's more on that coming up, actually.
Yeah.
Shall we meet our new ambassador?
Yeah, please.
Let's do it. Hey!
Welcome on board, Jessica.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's a real pleasure to see you here.
Wow,
Thanks.
so much you've achieved already in such a short career. We've seen, and we'll go into all this later, but we've seen you TV appearances, national championships, representing Sweden at international level. So great to have you with us, Jessica.
Thank you for having me here.
Absolutely wonderful. And just before we go any further, we need to just take a look, because this shot, there we look at this. I mean,
wow.
this is, you don't have to be a winner to be an ambassador, but it just helps, or it's just so happens you're quite successful, Jessica.
Yeah, there is lots of prizes. We usually don't think so much about it here at home, but when it's time for cleaning, we realize how many it is.
Yeah, so many hours also.
Yes.
You spend more time than to clean the cars, I think.
Yeah, it's usually like a whole day we have just to clean the prizes, so we doesn't do that so often.
And is it true that did you test with 1.8 on road, right? Did you test with 1.8 on road car? I could see some pictures of you to testing on road car.
Yes, I did one time this year and one time 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's nice picture, Matt. You were quick.
I knew you'd like that, Javier. I knew you would like that.
Yeah.
But you were saying earlier, Jessica, not all of those trophies are yours, right?
Yes, correct. Some is mine, some is my dad's. He has competed in this for over 30 years, so he has got more time than me to win more races.
But now, I guess, has he given up racing? Or is he still racing? Or is he just focusing on your racing now? How's that working?
He's mostly focusing on my racing now. I'm trying to get him to fight with me at the track, but he usually says to me that he likes more to watch me drive because he says it looks so nice.
Well, you say it looks nice to watch you drive. Shall we take a look at you in action on the track? Yeah. Let's take a look.
Leads Hatnan for the pink and blue car, Jessica Paulsen. Ahead of Kobovic goes up the inside. Sorry, Hatnan goes up the inside nicely, and Leo Valente in the Italian flag car. But Hatnan didn't get up the inside.
Jessica Paulsen, the big winner in this one from the 8th spot. Not sure how she's managed to get herself up into 3rd there. Missed that one. But she is there making the absolute most of this final. So halfway through.
Duardes from Portugal trying to hold off Jessica Paulsen from Sweden. Swedish junior driver. Scuffle there, and Paulsen gets up the inside nicely there. Nice little pass there for 4th place. So she's now in the bump up position.
Some pretty impressive moves there on the track.
Yeah.
So what's your?
So also as a junior, you race it.
No, not in Sacile. I raced 2018 in Portugal, but never in Sacile. But I had the age for it, so.
I think you made the podium for the junior final.
In Portugal, yes, I finished third. Yeah.
That was a pretty hard battle, actually, I think. 1/8 buggy can be quite an aggressive class, can't it? What kind of driver are you? Are you quite aggressive on the track?
I would probably say no, I'm not an aggressive driver. I'm more the one that has like all the lap times close to each other. So I'm not the one that is speed so much, but I'm working on it. So hopefully in the future I get a little bit faster.
So consistency is your main thing, which is really important.
Yeah, it's true.
We also saw you there competing in the IFMA World Championships in Slovakia in 1/10 buggy.
Yeah.
So how do you divide your time? Is nitro buggy your main class or 10th scale electric?
Both is kind of my main classes, but on the summer I use more the 1.8 for races because we usually drive 1.8 outside. But when it's winter time here in Sweden, we usually go inside and drive more 110. So that's why we have it season like. So it's not so much 1.8 on the winter.
So what is your journey into RC? Where did it all begin for you?
Where it all began was my father had competed with RC for over 30 years. So when I was 6 years old, he took me for the first time to the track. And ever since that day, I have loved the RC. So that's why it has been close to my heart and I have loved every moment there. But he has started when maybe I was 2 years old to have races with me at home. So we got small mini cars and we put out socks in the living room and then we competed there.
Wow.
So
And so what's
yeah,
been
what's
a
yours?
highlight for you? Obviously the Euros, the Worlds, national championships. What's been your highlight so far?
I have many highlights, I think, in my racing career. Usually all my biggest wins have been close to me because I have always had people that doesn't believe in me and have said like words before, like 1 year earlier, like I can't beat them, you will never be anything in RC, and etc. So that have kept me pushing harder. So usually like 1 year later, I stand highest up on the podium and I know I proved them wrong. So
Wow.
kind of all of my wins is a provement that I proved them wrong.
So you have experienced, I guess, not particularly positive comments sometimes on your journey.
Yeah, it's very true. Since went to school, all my classmates said it's not a sport or like I can never be something in it. So that's like keep me pushing harder than ever, just to prove them wrong, because I love to prove people wrong. And I do that every day. Actually, every time I am at the track, I prove some people wrong. Because when my parents were expecting me, and they knew later that it was a girl, my dad's brother told him, like, now you have to buy a horse. There will be no more RC there. So when I was actually 9 years old, I beat him for the first time at the track. After he doesn't drive anymore, so that's kind of bad luck. But I proved them wrong, so that's good.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a really nice history. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's a really good example and lesson to other people to believe in themselves and to like, don't listen to people if they doubt what you can do, I guess.
Yeah, people usually talk without using their brain sometimes. So it's always more fun to prove them wrong. And that has kept me pushing better and better. So all my highlights of my racing careers have been after a stupid comments. So I'm happy for your comments because I have got the results, not them.
Yeah, you have been more strong. That just follow your passion, follow your way, and try to do your best at the thing that you like. So I think it's it's a very good, nice history on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Carlos Gomez, who's obviously the section chairman for 1/8, has said that you drive a lot faster than a lot of the men on the track. Pontus Magnusson is saying, my teammate, I'm proud. So that's nice. Also inspiring Thomas Marecki saying more women in the hobby and sport are needed, which is of course true. But also I think it's the onus is on the men in the sport to provide a bit more of a friendly environment. From what you're saying, it might be nice if people were a bit more supportive.
Yeah, it's but like some people has no problem when they're competing against girls, but I have realized when I was younger and not so good, many was like happy to see me at the track, but when I started to get older and started to be a threat to them, they didn't take it as good. So it took a couple of races. I needed to beat them, and then they were back to normal. So they released that girls can also drive good. So it just takes some time.
And it's one it buggy is the real class when I can see a lot of girls competing. I now have in mind Brigitte Bellew from France, and also competing, and also is a very good competitor when she attends races. When I buggy, I could see more girls into the competition, but of course it could be girls in more classes. That's really nice.
I also wanted to ask you, Jessica, you have some experience, I guess, of the RC industry, and your family involved in the RC industry with micro racing, is that right?
Yes, that's correct. My father and his mother started micro racing, I think around 1987 or something close to that. So it's close to us, RC racing, everything. So it's very close to us, and that's why we keep on pushing so hard to make the sport better.
Yeah, 100%. I guess you talk about family. That's has that been very important to your journey? I guess that team that you have with your father is quite important.
Yes, it has definitely been important on my journey. Without him, I wouldn't have those results that I have today. So I have a lot to thank him for that. And also they have given me the opportunity to race. Yeah, you can see the picture there when we won the Swedish Championship 2019.
Wow.
So he and me are very close.
Who's this next to you with the 20 buggy?
You mean the young guy?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was an old teammate of mine, Ludwig. He ended this year the contract with us, but on that time he was with us.
Wow,
that's great.
Good stuff. Another image here. This looks like a good team.
Yeah, Kyosho Masters. I think it was 2018 or 17. I don't remember quite that much, but there we have pretty much the whole team.
Wow.
Jessica, did you participate in the national week, the week in Sweden, right? Sometimes.
I didn't quite hear you there, sorry.
Okay. Did you participate in the Swedish national week? Because I could see some from Norway and also in Sweden that we have a national week where some different sport coming into the same week or the same day, right?
Yeah, that's true. We had the Swedish Championship week. There we have all sports together. And now due to Corona, we haven't had it lately. But last time we had it was 2019, where I won the Swedish Cup, the Swedish Championship there. So we have it's like a big party or like that in Sweden. So we take all small sports or bigger sports and put them together into a week there. There we promote each other's sports just to show everyone more. So it can be everything from boxing, rally, everything there. So.
Yeah, I remember Dallas was involved in that kind of national week, and also it's nice. It's trying to export to the rest of Europe to create this kind of national week with different sports. It's just because we can meet a person from different sport and different person can know exactly. That's a really good
I think
initiative.
It's really
I think it's in Norway also have something similar. Yeah.
I don't know quite about Norway, but I just know we have in Sweden. So.
No, I know, but I think I say that it's something similar in Norway. I mean, so it's not the Norway National Week, I think.
Well, when it comes to promoting the RC hobby and the sport to a bigger audience, there's not much of a better way of doing it than this. I just want to play a clip. Let's just take a look at this.
Och där går starten. RC-bilen kommer iväg bra. BMWn har lite svårare att få ner effekten i asfalten.
Där är den i fatt. Båda börjar med första piruetten runt säcken.
Snyggt ställ där på BMWn.
Ja, men Jessica kör snålt och tajt med sin fyrhjulsdrift. Ett varv kvar och det är jämnt. Jessica blir klar först, men BMWn har ett ruskigt effektövertag på raka.
What was that all about? That looks amazing.
Yeah.
That's like we have a TV program in Sweden that's called Duellen. There, it's one team versus another team. So we are competing against each other. I have been it total now 4 times. I have been before. I have met one lion, one BMX driver, and one that plays bowling. So I've been there quite a lot, but this one that I had lost time now with the big car, that was definitely the most fun one.
Yeah, I mean, the clip didn't really give away who won. I don't think. What can you tell us what the result was of that race?
Yeah, that was me that won.
Oh,
They
cool.
tried to put it more like interesting, but that wasn't so close to the finish line in real life. It was actually like this, that when the signal went, my car went off and he's pretty much stood still. So mine was much faster. So he had 2 mechanics there. So when my car went off, when the start went, both of the mechanics turned their heads and asked my father, "Is that only an electric car?" Because they thought their car would win easily, and I beat them big times.
Oh, wow. Impressive, very impressive. I wanted to show, is this the same program or is this a different program?
Yeah, that's the same program. That was the first one I was with. So I competed against someone that was world champion in bowling. So we had a different type there.
Cool. So this is you and the presenter, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah. It's really nice. It's try to show what the RC in the different places. So I think it's really nice, and it is something really that the things that we need to spread the RC and to promote the RC as much as possible, even outside of our community. So it's really nice. It's the same like Car Wars in Netherlands. I don't know if somebody could see something like that. But it's really great.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely brilliant. Really cool to have that representation. Serdar Amateurs is watching. We have Off-Road Nation RC America watching. Fred Aurifelher is watching. Lots of people commenting along. So if you're watching, thanks for being with us. If you have a question for Jessica, feel free to put it into the comments and we'll ask live. Once again, congratulations on this ambassadorship. I think there's some exciting things that are going to happen, hopefully over the next year working with you. For sure, it's going to be really cool to explain. One of the shows we want to do is for you to explain why your class of racing appeals mostly to you. Now, we've seen that you do some on-road racing, but I guess the Nitro Buggy and the 1/10, why are they the classes for you? Why are they best?
It's for me, I like both 1.8 Nitro, 1.8 Electric, and 110. I usually do stuff that I like, so that's why I actually drive those ones. But I like Nitro because it's the long finals that I love the most. You really have to push yourself, but also have the consistent during the whole finals. You cannot make so many mistakes. And it's full focus for like 45 minutes. So that's what I like the most. But I also like 110, where you have to step up your game a little bit more and use more speed. So it's a great practice for me because I need to work more on the speed. But the combination of both, I like it. So it never really gets boring. So I have summer to look forward to and winter time to look forward to. So it's great.
Are you thinking to participate in the next EFRA World Championship in Spain?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Good. That's great.
Yeah, that will be good. Harley Eldridge is watching from the UK saying girls are just as fast as the boys. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Jessica, do you have any advice that you give to people that are kind of thinking about getting into RC as a hobby?
My greatest advice to beginners is actually to just have fun at the track. I know too many people that put too high pressure on themselves that they should beat that lap time or they should be this fast and compete against others. I usually say just compete against yourself. It's better to take it a little bit more slow in the beginning, but learn the basics, and then you will have it easier during your journey. So just forget what people say, focus on yourself. That's my greatest advice.
Great. And have fun is so important in this sport. It's the first step that you have to do. So have fun, go to your local club, spend time in your local club. Even I could see you on Facebook working on the tracks, repairing curves, repairing doubles, and on all this kind of stuff is so important. I did it, and a lot of people around the RC did it in the past. So it's so important to have fun, to spend time on the track, even without cars. It's just with friends and family.
Yeah, I think too many people forget the importance of being at the track and help the clubs out. Because if there's no one working, there will be no clubs there more, and then we can't do what we love the most. So that's why I put so much value to actually help out my home club as much as I can do. With the opening for practice and work at the working days, just to make the tracks ready and the best they can be.
Exactly.
I saw you. So this is the indoor 10 scale track. Is this? I think I saw you recently working on a track. Was that preparing for the winter?
Yes, probably. We usually start up at the autumn to prepare the 110 indoor track. So we have a nice track during the whole season there. And then at the spring, we usually start to prepare the 18 off-road track, just to have it nice looking during the whole summer.
That's fantastic.
That's
Absolutely
great.
Fantastic. You talked about putting the emphasis on fun on the track, but obviously when you're in junior final or you're in quarterfinal or a national final, you must put some pressure on yourself. How do you deal with the stress, or do you get affected by the stress at all, or how do you remain calm? Because we see so many drivers that are stressing out on the driver's stand.
I usually never put myself stress on myself that I should be winning, I should come top 3 or like that. I usually go up just to have fun, but then I'm also a competing person, so I never like second places or below. So when I'm competing at the track, I'm just doing it, living in the moment. If it's a close battle, I'm trying to win that one. But when I go up to the driver's stand, I have never a pressure on myself. I just go up there to have fun and do my best. That's the most important.
That's really nice answer. Really nice.
What about the working relationship with your mechanic? Does that get stressful at times, or have you got a fairly good working methodology between each other? How does that work?
Between me and my father, we have a close relationship there. When we are testing at the track, he usually comes with ideas that makes more common sense, and I am more giving the ideas that has no common sense at all, but somehow it works sometimes. So we make a great working together at that part, but also when we are pushing at the track, trying to get the results in, we never are angry at ourselves or like that. We're just pushing each other to be better and better at the track and just having fun at the moment. Because when we have most fun, we do usually the best results. So it's never worth to be angry at each other like that.
Good.
Wow. Very good. That's good advice again. So I noticed, do you also, so you work in or have experience of the RC industry, do you also work in the automotive industry as well? Is that right?
Yes, that's correct. I'm working nowadays with Hyundai cars, Mitsubishi cars, and also some Maxus cars. So I am around cars pretty much every hour of the day.
So what do you do? What do you do to have a break? More cars?
No, I usually don't have so much breaks. I'm usually at the work, and after I directly go to the track. So it's a busy schedule, but I love this schedule. So I have a break from RC at the work, but then after work I have a break from big cars at the RC track. So I love that life, so I don't complain.
I have to say that you are similar than me. So I work in the automotive industry. So when I was on holidays, I'm on the track. So I'm more or less as you.
Yeah, next week is my birthday, so I will be at the track at that day too. So
Really?
I love all the time at the track.
That's really good.
Absolutely fantastic. What are your thoughts on what RC needs kind of for the future, like steps that we need to take to modify and grow? Obviously, there were discussions before in order for you to become ambassador, and you had some great like advice and thoughts on what RC should do to push forward. Any thoughts you have on that now?
What I think RC should focus the most on is equality in this fantastic sport. We have something that many other sports doesn't have, that everyone can compete against each other. So I think that's a high value to put and show that gears is also in this sport. Because if we can get more people to the racetracks at more races, then it's a great thing for us. Also, if it's a bigger sport, then it's easier to promote to many more. But one thing that I also think RC should do more of is promote our sport as a sport. I heard from too many people that they say that RC is not a sport, and that's the worst comment I know. So, but that's
Yeah.
thing I like to promote, that this is actually a sport. When they say that it's just toy cars or
Yeah.
it's not a sport, that's exactly the same as you're saying that your personal car that you're driving with from work and home is the same as a Formula One car, which is not. It's two completely different. So I love to show that more to people, that RC is a sport and it's different stuff also.
I think Jessica create a hashtag or something like that.
That sounds like a plan. Yes, very good. Thanks to everyone who's been tuning in. Gilbert's on watching with some fantastic comments. Keep your comments coming in. Luigon RC is also watching. We are on Facebook and on YouTube. So yeah, it's great to have everybody watching. Any final thoughts, like going forward, that you'd like to achieve? Obviously, it's going to be fantastic to work with you both remotely like this, meet with you at events as well. Hopefully be able to make some time for us to be able to film some specific kind of EFRA ambassador stuff. Any other things that you would like to focus on going forward? Maybe even not necessarily with EFRA, but your own kind of racing, or just thoughts for the future?
I'm actually working here in Sweden for South Federation as a sport representative. So I'm actually the person that should prepare races for next year. So we will get the district championship back in south of Sweden. So I'll be focusing some of that. But I also here in south of Sweden focusing to get new helpers at the track. As referee and everything as that. So that's some of my goals for next year. But I will also focusing at my own racing, but also focusing on getting RC out to as many people as I can, and also prove them that RC is a sport, not toys.
Yeah, it's not a toy. Really nice work. Really nice work. It's not just. Is to spread the sport, to work with each other, to create, to work on tracks. It's really amazing the work.
We may have lost you there just for a moment, but Jessica, what do you think is the best way for us to attract more people to the sport? What kind of content, what kind of activity do you think would be better? Should we be focusing more locally within the community or more globally on Facebook and YouTube? I guess a combination, but I wondered what your thoughts are.
I think the most important stuff is that we have great local clubs, because when there's some small childs with their parents, when they come to a local club, that's the first step we have to get them into this sport. If we don't have great local clubs, then it's harder to actually show them that this is a great sport. So I would say that's a great value to all the clubs out there in Europe and in the world, that they have great people at the track that can help these new beginners, so they get the great best help at the track and also great stuff there. So that's important. But I also would say that it's important to show RC at the internet, because so many people is on Instagram, Facebook, etc., and is watching there all the time. So I would say it's to show many people RC. It's a great step. For example, I just posted one time at Instagram a short movie of where I'm pitting one of my teammates' car. It got over 52 million views. So I have showed 52 people in this world, millions, what we do actually to our cars when we drive races. So it's a great step.
Wow.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, fantastic. So yeah, clubs. I think Max said very similar, that clubs are kind of the foundation of the sport, and so the focus should be put back into clubs and building clubs and making sure that they remain healthy and a nice place for people to come and try out the sport. And then, like you say, the initial curiosity generated by the kind of posts that you make, showing how awesome the sport can be.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's like in our video. So join into our local clubs, join into our national federation. You are part of something.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Yes. Well, Jessica, this has been fantastic. It's been great to welcome you along. Can't wait to work with you more in the future. Bjorn Holland's just tuned in. Carlos is still talking. It's been a fantastic turnout. So we've had lots of people watching, and this has been a great way to continue this initiative. Any final thoughts from you, Javier?
Well, I have to say that I'm so happy to see Jessica on board. Max, next week will be another one. But it's really to work with all of you guys and try to work together in the EFRA development plan in the future. Next year will be so exciting. We want to come back to the race, come back to the tracks. That I think all that we need is come back to the tracks. But anyway, sharing work together and try to improve our C. And as I said, welcome on board, Jessica. It's really a pleasure to be with us.
Thank you so much for having me here. It's a pleasure to be working with you guys.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, congratulations, Jessica. Thanks to everybody for watching. This has been RC Motorsport Europe, welcoming yet another ambassador. Exciting times as we go into the winter season and 2022 and all the cool things that we can achieve together. And thanks, Jessica. Thanks to Javier for joining us. And we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Cheers. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you.